Hi guys, welcome back to Haywire Homestead. There's Alex and Gabe, and they are on the hunt for dandelion blossoms. And the reason why is because we are going to make what? What are we going to make, guys?
Wheat flour jam.
Dandelion jelly. So after you get all the blossoms pinched and trimmed and cleaned up, you place them in a pitcher or jar and add hot water and steep them just like you would if you were making regular tea. These are actually going to sit overnight, and then we'll strain it out tomorrow. We'll show you the rest. Okay, so our dandelion tea sat overnight. I've got it right here. And what we're going to be doing is making our jelly. Now, I've already got 8 tablespoons of lemon juice, fresh. I use fresh lemon juice. In here, we're using the Ball Real Fruit Pectin. And the recipe is 3.5 cups of dandelion tea. And I hate this part, so next time I'm going to use powdered pectin because there's so much sugar with the liquid. So 7 cups of sugar to 1 pouch of pectin. Now I have 2 pouches and I have a lot of dandelion tea. So I'm going to go ahead and make a double batch, and I may later on run out and get the other kind of pectin. I'm looking at getting it in bulk since I want to do large batches. And actually I'm going to be looking because I think the honeysuckle is coming out and I want to try honeysuckle jelly. So let me get my measuring cup. The other thing is I've got my water bath canner filled up 2/3 of the way. Five, 6, 7. Okay. We need, oh, this sounds terrible, it makes my teeth hurt. 14 total cups of sugar because we're doing a double batch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, so close, so close. All right, hang on, guys. I'm gonna go get more sugar. All right, so we've got our 7 cups of dandelion tea, our lemon juice, and our 14 cups of sugar. And we're just going to go ahead and turn it on, about medium-high heat. And I'm gonna stir it a little bit to start dissolving all of this sugar. And like I was saying, I have my water bath canner 2/3 of the way full, and I have that water heating up as well, so it'll be nice and hot. I have my jars washed and sterilized and setting on a towel ready to be filled. Whenever I'm doing any type of processing, I really like to have everything laid out so, you know, it's all organized and ready to go. Then I'm trying not to scramble too much for things. So we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to add the pectin. Once the pectin has been added, we're going to bring it back up to a boil and let it boil for 1 minute. Then we'll turn it off, remove it from the heat, fill our jars, And they are going to be processed, and hang on a second, I gotta remember the amount of time. I think it's 10 minutes for a half pint, but I'll confirm that in just a minute. Okay, and we'll bring it back up to a boil for that minute, and then we'll start filling those jars. Alright, got my clean jelly jars here, my funnel to help minimize my mess. And then we're just going to fill them up. And you're going to leave a 1/4 inch headspace. And then you'll make sure that you take a damp towel and wipe the rim before you place on your lid. And actually, you know, I told you, I always like to get stuff ready, and I totally forgot about my paper towel. So what I do is take a damp paper towel just on my finger, wipe the rim, and then place. And if you look right, I actually could add just a smidge more to this one. We're aiming for right below the ring of where the ring attaches to the jar. Wipe it, place a lid, put a ring on, finger tight, and pop it in my canner. I'm just going to continue filling these up until I have enough to fill my canner. And then I can start it. You do process it. You want it to boil, the water canner to run for 10 minutes total. And the other key thing about this is making sure when you're water bathing that you have your jars submerged, completely submerged in the hot water. You don't want the tops of these sticking up out of the water. Alright, and we're going to turn this off. Take off our lid. And then we will lift, you've actually got, I call it my jar holder, and we'll lift it up out. And they're already all popping. Now, once again, I've said this on previous videos where I've done jams and jellies. Actually, I don't know if I've ever done a jelly. I usually do jams. Is that when you're waiting for it to gel, it can take up to 2 weeks for it to gel. Typically, it will gel within that first 24 hours, but don't lose hope if it's not gelled by the next morning. So what I'm going to be doing is using my jar lifters and taking these out and placing them on a towel, and then just leave them be for the next 24 hours. And then we will hopefully have some delicious dandelion jelly.